Colorado High School Activities Association football is on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com. Tonight, from Platte Valley High School in Kersey, it's a Patriot League clash as the visiting Brush Beat Diggers take on the Platte Valley Broncos along with Dave Urick. I'm John Beltran. These two teams are coming off different results last week, even though both were at home. Platte Valley defeated Sterling 41-7 to move to 2-1 as they won their Patriot League opener. The Beat Diggers lost their Patriot League opener at home to Eaton 43-34, obviously blowing that huge lead, an 11-point lead with just over a minute to go. So the mindset going into this game, Dave, you would think for the Beat Diggers is a sense of urgency because you fall to 0-2 in league play. Yeah, you could still make the playoffs without trouble, but you're going to be seated a lot lower, so this is a huge game tonight for Brush.
Yeah, Brush is in a position where they really need to try to win it out. You know, they got to finish out the season strong, and this is going to be a good contest for us. As we were looking at their offensive line, they got, 238 pounds, 266, 215, 216. They got a bunch of big guys up there on that offensive line. The Diggers are going to have to come out tonight ready to rock and roll because this isn't the team they saw like last week against Eaton, but this is a team that's given us a good competition over the years.
Oh, there's no question about it. Now, Ken Denver was Platte Valley's first opponent. They're ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A, and Ken Denver defeated Platte Valley 46-14 before Platte Valley rebounded to beat Wells Central, which is now a 3A school there in Fort Morgan's league, 45-14. Then, of course, last week that 41-7 victory over Sterling. The Beat Diggers, prior to their loss last week, defeated Brett 50-23 and Fort Morgan 31-19. And we know that Kyle Rosenbrock has been the player of the game each of the first 3 games, Dave. And with Brett Bostrom done for the season with a collapsed lung sustained last week, there's even more on the shoulders of Kyle Rosenbrock, but other players are still going to have to pick it up as well.
Oh, absolutely. Remember, the one guy that we had that could run Eckler down on the sideline was Bostrom. He was the one that made that play in the first half. And then he was the only one that we were really able to match up with that speed, as far as what we could see, or as far as anybody that did it in the game. And so now, with him being out, offensively and defensively, it just forces everybody else somebody's got to come off the sideline and fill that spot, but then everybody else has got to step it up one more notch to help fill those shoes, because that's a huge loss.
And let's see the Beat Diggers get full 4 minutes. They were very effective in the second half against Ray, in the second half against Fort Morgan, in the first half against Eaton. But Dave, let's face it, they haven't put 2 good halves together.
We have it to be a slow starter here on the way up here. We were talking about, just 4 years ago we were coming up here and we got the shell shot. Yeah, they did it on special teams to us right off the bat, and we just didn't recover. So we're in one of those things tonight where we really need to come out and be ready to go and do, like you said, put 4 quarters of football together and try to get some, not just momentum in the game, but try to establish some momentum for the rest of the season.
Well, the Beat Diggers are 9-2 against Platte Valley in the Randy Dreitz era, and both losses were here. And we'll get to the kickoff of tonight's game between Brush and Platte Valley after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers have won the coin toss tonight, and they will receive, which is a contrast to what we've seen the last few games when the Beat Diggers have defended to open the game. The Beat Diggers are coached by Randy Dreitz in his 13th year, assisted by Ron Albo, Lance Schwintz, Dick Creighton, Matt Manier, and David Cummings. The head coach of the Broncos is Troy Hoffman, assisted by Dan Gehring, Mike Denson, Ben Fusco, Spencer Frost, and Jim Ruby. The Beat Diggers in their road whites with the maroon numerals and maroon pants with the gold striping. Platte Valley in the all-navy blue with the white numerals. And the opening kickoff tonight brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance is Bailey Collins Landwehr will kick it off for Platte Valley. And to receive for the Beat Diggers, Randy Baker, very effective return man, sitting back at the 5-yard line. Both teams at 2-1 going into this game. And they're just waiting for the clock to reset to the 12-minute mark. I don't know if they actually realize that clock is not set correctly before we actually start this game. Normally the lead official will look up at that clock to make sure it's been set correctly. And we're about to be underway here from Kersey. Game number 4 of the regular season for both teams. And Landwehr runs up to the ball, then retreats as they reset. I guess that's part of their strategy.
and just a kind of a trick kickoff where they're all in a huddle in the middle and looking for that onside kick.
And that one is moved high and very deep, and Baker has to catch it in the end zone. And in high school football, that is an automatic touchback. The Beatniggers are quarterbacks by Mitch Tormolen. Kyle Rosenbrock is the workhorse in that backfield. We'll see plenty for the wide receiver position. Randy Baker, Nico Guzman, Nick Brown, and Mickey, the tight end. The offensive line being asked to do their job as well. Maverick Seawald and Jose Rodriguez, the center, Corey Acosta. Will introduce the other Beatniggers as the game wears along. 1st and 10 for Brush at their own 20-yard line. One setback and 3 receivers to the right. And on 1st down, Tormolen rolling to his right, throwing out in the flat. It's caught by Rosenbrock at the 20, along the sideline to the 25, cuts it back in, and he pulls his way across the 25 towards the 27-yard line before he's stacked up by several Broncos, including Caleb Creech, a 6', 180-pound junior linebacker. It's a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Russ just trying to get some ball action out there on the corners to maybe slow up some of the rush. One of their big guys right there in the middle at nose guards, Rios, one of the great wrestlers in the state. You know, it's a pretty big mismatch between a 243-pound nose guard and Corey Acosta right there around 160.
Morrow and Arribas in the backfield. Rosenbrock is out on this play. 2nd and 3. There's the handoff on the right side, and nothing. Maybe a yard for Jake Morrow as he was taken down by Dylan Jones, a 6'5", 215-pound senior. No gain for Morrow. 3rd down and 3 from the 27. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of the broadcast. The other Beatniggers have got to step it up. It cannot all be about Kyle Rosenbrock.
Right, it's got to happen up there on that line of scrimmage because, as we can see, Platte Valley's controlling the pace up there.
Yeah, they're a big team. 3rd down and 3 for Brush at their own 27-yard line. Handoff Rosenbrock left side. He's going to fall short of the 1st down as he lowers his shoulder, and he gets to the 28, maybe the 29. Now let's see what the gain is. It's going to be a gain of 2. 4th and 1. And we know that Coach Dreitz likes to go for it in any situation. Only a yard to go, and David looks like he's not going to punt here. A big chance taken by the Beatniggers less than 2 minutes in.
Well, they had 6 guys up there on that line of scrimmage. I see them going for a long count here and seeing if they can't catch Platte Valley outside.
4th and 1 on their own 29-yard line. And now the Beatniggers will retreat in punt formation. Kyle Rosenbrock to punt. Standing at his own 15, awaiting the snap. And it's a perfect snap. He gets it off, and that's a line drive. It's going to bounce to the 37-yard line, take a huge Beatnigger roll inside the 20 towards the 16. And that is a punt of 55 yards for Kyle Rosenbrock. So it's a poor field position for Platte Valley to begin their first drive at their own 16. With 9:42 to go in the opening quarter, Beatniggers failed to score on the opening possession of the game.
So that formation that Brush went with, all those ex-Beatniggers out there, you might remember that's that shift formation. You line up like you're going to run off, and then everybody changes up, and you have those 2 guard spots uncovered. And Platte Valley had to do a lot of running around to get ready for the punt. They really didn't have anybody back there to receive it once the punt took off.
Logan Sitzman is the quarterback in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and Sitzman will hand it off up the middle, big hole across the 20, towards the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 9, and the ball carrier there was Caleb Creech, the 6', 180-pound junior. They'll go to a no-huddle offense, a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1 for Platte Valley.
So like we said, they got a real big offensive line up there running out of that shotgun.
Creech the lone setback. Again, 2 receivers off to the left and to the right on 2nd and 1. Sitzman, 3-step drop, throws to his right. The pass is complete. A 1st down and trying to break a tackle, but being taken down at the 30. And it looked like the catch was made over there by Trey Johnson. And we'll call it a gain of close to 6. Just shy of the 31-yard line.
That pass went out there. He threw it kind of high. The kid just ran down the field and got the yardage he needed for the 1st down. He had to go up in the air and catch it over his head.
Like a Peyton Manning offense here. Get up to the line of scrimmage on 1st down, and Sitzman will keep himself running right. He tries to break out of a tackle, does, but then other Beatniggers are right there to throw him for about a half-yard loss to the 30. Too many Beatniggers led by Randy Baker. Also in on the play was Levi Abbott, and Mavericks do all around the football. And officially it'll be no gain, 2nd down and 10 on that carry by the quarterback, Logan Sitzman. But back up to the line of scrimmage in a shotgun.
That play was like a Tim Tebow play after the Manning one before where he faked the handoff and just ran off with it.
2 receivers split to each side. Creech again the lone setback on 2nd and 10. There's the snap off the shotgun, and there's the give, and the big hole for Creech. First down across the 45 to the 49. We have a late flag, it looks like. It's a gain of 18, and a first down as the tackle was made, looks like by Randy Baker. And I think that's against Brush.
Yeah, he waved it towards Brush, but I didn't really see the sign.
Just shot a 49-yard line on the carry by Creech.
He waved it off.
Yeah, that must have been waved off. 8:07 to go in the opening quarter. No score in Kersey between Brush and Platte Valley. 1st and 10 for the Broncos, just shy of the 49. Sitzman in a shotgun. Back to throw, looking to his left. Throws it over the middle of the pass. It's incomplete. Off the hands of the intended receiver at the 36-yard line, Cameron Maxey. He should have caught that ball. It would have been another first down for Platte Valley.
Had he caught it, though, Eddie Rivas was right there ready to put the big hit on him, but just gave him enough ground there, enough cushion to where he could get open.
2nd down and 10, Platte Valley back up to the line of scrimmage. At B&B Appliance, 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan. They can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better. B&B Appliance, 2nd and 10 for the 49. And there's a flag down. And I believe that's going to go against the Beat Diggers. They were off sides.
Yeah, our wideout on this near side, our cornerback actually went up there to play some tight cover two or some tight man-to-man, and he just ran up there and stood about a yard offside.
Now the football will be in Brush territory, just shy of the 46-yard line, 2nd down and 5. And Dave, that's the first thing that Coach Greitz addressed during a Beat Digger blast-off. Stupid penalties have got to be eliminated, and quite frankly, that is a stupid penalty.
Yeah, you got to go up there and look for the football, that's for sure. On that play, our player didn't do it.
Trips to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Once again, the lone setback off the shotgun formation is Caleb Creech. He's got a 3-step drop, looking left, still looking over the middle of the pass, is batted up and complete. Levi Abbott knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. A rather low throw by Sitzman. 3rd down and 5 to go for Platte Valley.
Levi's our tall guy. You know, he's up there around 6'5". By the time he reaches his arms up in the air, he's got about an 8-foot wall.
3rd and 5 from the Brush 46, 7:51 to go opening quarter. No score from Kersey on 3rd and 5. Sitzman out of a shotgun. Auction left. He's going to keep the football. Get a first down to 40. By himself at the 15, the 10 getting chased out. He dies. Touchdown for Logan Sitzman. 46 yards up the left sideline. And Platte Valley leads 6-0.
So they ran option over here to this near side. On that option play, they blocked our defensive end, then optioned our corners. But unfortunately, we didn't have anybody there to be the guy that closed in on the quarterback. There was nobody to option, so he just had open field running and just ran around people a little bit. But here at the end of the play, I see that they threw a flag.
Well, let's see if the touchdown's going to be called back. The points are up on the board. It might have been a late infraction against Platte Valley. It'll still be a first down if they're not awarded the touchdown. And let's watch for the preliminary signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Valley, so the touchdown should count. And that penalty could be assessed on the kickoff, which would come from the 25-yard line, which should give the Beat Diggers outstanding field position unless they do it on the extra point. But Dave, I think it would be more appropriate to do it on the kickoff, and I'm not sure. We'll find out what the rule is.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here, but Platte Valley's lining up like they're going to kick it.
They're going to assess it right now.
Yep.
That means this is going to be a very long extra point. That'll be about a 34-yard extra point. Well, 35-yard extra point if they go with it. And Bailey Collins landed to attempt it.
He was putting some kicks through in the pregame. He can kick it a long ways.
Off the hold of Sitzman. Yeah, this is the longest extra point we've probably ever seen. 35-yard extra point. The snap is perfect, and the kick is up, and that is 7:43 to go, opening quarter. Platte Valley 7, Brush nothing on 1010 KSYR and KSYR.com. Well, for Platte Valley, 7 plays, 84 yards in a minute 59. A 46-yard run by the quarterback, Logan Sitzman, and the extra point was good by Bailey Collins Landwehr. And it's a 7-0 lead for the Broncos, and Collins Landwehr will kick it off to Randy Baker. You're right, I mean, he booted that kickoff about 61 yards, which produced a touchback. So we'll find out if the Beat Diggers have any impact on special teams, because we know the difference a kicker can make. The Beat Diggers have an outstanding senior in Jesus Cardenas, and here comes Collins Landwehr approaching the football after Platte Valley scored. That one high and deep, and Dave, that one is kicked about 70 yards. Holy mahungus, wow. The end line.
Yeah, he was on the back end line when it landed by the pylon back there that usually sits even with the hash mark.
And there's no wind whatsoever. This is not a wind issue. It's beautiful. That's just leg strength. The Beat Diggers will have it at their own 20-yard line, trailing 7-0. This will be their possession of the game. 1st and 10. 2 setbacks for Brush. And in motion to the right is Baker. Tormolen will hand it off to the left side. It's going to be a loss and a fumble. Not sure who the football there. I think it was Rosenbrock who had to carry. But no, the Beat Diggers do retain possession. But it's going to be a loss. Back to the 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 13 for the Beat Diggers.
Yep, just still looking to find that rhythm. Last time we came out and kind of attacked the right side. This time attacking the left side. But again, Platte Valley just getting a huge surge from their defensive line.
Well, the Beat Diggers are going to have to spread the field out. Baker's the receiver to the right. Receiver spread out to the left as well. 2nd down and 13 for the 17. And there's a give right up the gut in a very short gain. That's Rosenbrock approaching the 20-yard line. Looks like he got to the 19. It'll be a gain of 2. 3rd and 11 to go for the Beat. Dave, it's pretty obvious the passing game is going to come through tonight at some point.
Yeah, we're going to have to kind of slow them down a little bit. Maybe we'll start seeing a few screens and stuff like that to try to make them hang back a little bit. Maybe some longer cants will help out. But, you know, that play we tried to run a trap, but we're just running right into the meat of that defensive line.
3rd down and 11 from the 19-yard situation for Brush, and Tormolen is back to throw. Here comes pressure. He's going to be sacked. The 10 line. There was no chance there for Mr. Tormolen. They still haven't spotted the football. Adam Bethel, the 5'11", 170-pound senior linebacker, came through, threw him down at about the 11. It's a loss of 8. And it's 4th and 19 for the Beat Diggers. And Rosenbrock will have to punt, and this offense looks completely inept right now, Dave. And as you mentioned, it's because those big horses for Platte Valley at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they're just controlling things up there, and they got us a little bit outside. So I'll tell you what, they're showing a lot of athleticism. They're pretty quick.
Rosenbrock to punt. And wait. Back deep to receive. We got a flag down. The procedure against the Beat Diggers. And that's going to push the ball inside the 10 towards about the 6. And real trouble. Rosenbrock just came through with a 55-yarder moments ago. 5:51 to go in the opening quarter. Platte Valley leads Brush 7-0. And this is quite similar to what happened 5 seasons ago when Platte Valley got off to the huge lead before the Beat Diggers rallied but lost the game by a field goal. Perfect snap. And he gets that ball off a high end-over-end kick headed towards the sideline. Bounces at the 40-yard line of Brush. Takes a side roll out of bounds at the 39. A punt of 33 yards. And Platte Valley has excellent field position at the Brush 39-yard line with 5:17 to go and a 7-0 lead here in the opening quarter. And they are right up to the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 1st and 10. Sitzman in a shotgun once again, creases the lone setback to receivers out to left and right. Could be a little for Brush to play again on this drive. There's the snap, and there's the keeper by Sitzman. He wiggles his way across the 35 towards the 33. Tighter strap and made the tackle, but double for a gain of 6. Second down and 4 for Platte Valley.
51 yards now on 3 carries for Sitzman, but again, it looks like that Tim Tebow kind of action where they fake that handoff and the dive up the middle. He leaves it in the belly and then just keeps it around as he runs around the end.
Second down and 6 to go. 4 to go for the 33-yard line of Brush. Sitzman out of a shotgun, has the football. He will hand it off to Creech, who falls down right at the line of scrimmage. I think he tripped himself up. There was some penetration over there by Victor Lopez, but it's no gain. 3rd and 4 for Platte Valley.
Here, it was more of a kind of a handoff as Sitzman was going to fake that end around on this side, and he was running back to the right side, but he looked like he just tripped over his own foot.
Again, 2 receivers split out to the left and right. 3rd and 4 for the 33. Sitzman again out of a shotgun, has the football, takes it himself, runs to his right. He's going to be tackled short of the first down as the Beat Diggers had Kyle Rosenbrock and Randy Baker to meet him at the point of attack. The gain is about a yard to the 32. 4th and 3, undoubtedly, Platte Valley's going to go for it.
Yep, they're down there where they normally would punt to, so they might as well go for it here. But again, they're in that fast, hurry-up offense. It doesn't really give our defense a chance to set up, and it's kind of hard for Coach Creighton to get the defensive call on the field.
Well, big play for Brush now. 4th and 3 for Platte Valley at the Beat Digger 32-yard line. Beat Diggers trail by 7. Out of a shotgun, Sitzman running to his left. Back up the middle, first down. 30 to 25. And he passes his way to 22. It's a gain of 10, and a Platte Valley first down by the quarterback, Logan Sitzman.
Such a quarterback draw, he didn't even hesitate there, did he? He ran right in between the guard and his left guard and his center. And once he got past that line of scrimmage, he kind of shot back over to the right and just found a lot of daylight.
1st and 10 from the Brush 22-yard line. That's a big play for Platte Valley as they're looking to extend this one-touch lead. Out of a shotgun, Sitzman awaits the snap. Back to throw, looking to his left, still looking, rolls to his left, still rolling, throws it towards the end zone. There's a touchdown! Right inside the left pylon from 22 yards away, Trey Johnson. And Platte Valley leads 13 to nothing.
Yeah, he was just wide open, kind of standing over there on the sideline. And we had our cover. Our safety was back there, but he was playing way inside, more close to the hash mark. And so Johnson was standing closer to the sideline. There was just not too much ground to try to make up by the time the ball got thrown.
Dave, looks like the Beat Diggers have a hangover from what happened last week when they had the 11-point lead. This will be a conventional extra point for Bailey Collins Landwehr. And size and strength has played a big role in this game, but Platte Valley made that big play on 4th and 3 moments ago for the Beat Digger 32. And here's the extra point to be attempted by Collins Landwehr. Awaiting the snap, the kick is up, and that was 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Platte Valley 14, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 5 plays, 39 yards in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, a 22-yard touchdown pass from Logan Sitzman to Trey Johnson, and Platte Valley with a 14-0 lead, and we knew this team was good. But they have been very good here in the opening 8 minutes and 50 seconds of the game. Bailey Collins Landwehr to kick it off. They have silenced the Beat Digger crowd, not only on the side but across the way. Rush is still looking for a first down as well. High and deep. That's in the end zone. Nothing you can do there. For the benefit of a great kicker like Collins Landwehr, has really put Brush in a pickle. They've started it from their own 20 now, 3 consecutive possessions.
Yeah, boy, when you're playing that field position in high school football, it makes it tough because it's a hard thing to drive the ball all the way down the field. Let's see if the Diggers can come out and spread this thing out a little bit and take some of the pressure off their offensive line and maybe slow some pass rush down.
1st and 10. For the Beat Diggers at their own 20-yard line. Man in motion to the left. Tormolen is going to keep it on the bootleg, running to his left, cutting it back towards the middle at the 25. He's got to see to the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. But he's going to have a first, the 30, maybe the 32 or 33. We'll check out the official spot. And that'll be at the 32, a gain of 12 for the Beat Digger quarterback, Mitch Tormolen.
Well, we just showed what some misdirection can do against this defense. They were all closing in on Rosenbrock. Left Tremolin wide open over the front of the Beatdigger bench.
1st and 10 for the Beatdiggers at their own 32-yard line. On their own side of the field, and Tremolin looking to throw to his right. Wide open as Baker off his hands. Incomplete. Pass was a little bit high, but that's a long pass laterally. He would have got maybe a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3. There was a defender not too far away. Then,
yeah, that was there, that's for sure. But, he makes that catch. If he just makes that defender miss, he might have some running room. Ball just went right through his hands. It was a little high, but it was something that, it probably should have been.
Well, when you're down 14-0 with 2:57 to go in the opening quarter, you've got to make every play offensively because the defense has been worked over. 2 receivers out to the right and 2 to the left on 2nd down and 10 for Brush at their own 32-yard line. Rosenbrock is the lone setback. Tremolin hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right up the gut. It's a short gain to the 34. Caleb Creech from his linebacker position makes the tackle. It's a gain of 2. 3rd and 8 for the Beatdiggers, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a big night on the ground for Rosenbrock unless he can break one.
Well, you know what? A lot of times you just keep pounding that thing, and sooner or later, if you're able to do that, eventually the other team's going to get softened up in the middle. So hopefully Brush is going to be able to do that. One thing I know for sure, those traps set up all the outside stuff, plus they set up a lot of play action.
Trips to the right with Brown, Guzman, and Peterson. 3rd and 8 for the 34. Tremolin roll that way, still looking, setting up. He's going to throw it to his right, passes it, but Brown was right there at the 40. Would have been short of a 1st down, but it would have made it a very interesting situation with a 4th and short instead of it's a 4th and 8 to go for the Beatdiggers. And for the 3rd consecutive time, Brush is going to be forced to punt, and this is the type of Beatdigger offense we have not seen in a very long time.
Yeah, 10 offensive plays. Not enough to compete against Platte Valley tonight.
Well, and only 1 first down. That was a 12-yard bootleg by Tremolin. Rosenbrock has had 2 pretty effective punts. The first one was 55 yards, perfect snap. Here comes the rush. He gets it off a line drive fluttering punt towards the sideline, and not very effective. The official walking it up towards the 39-yard line. So that punt only went for 27 yards. Platte Valley, again, with pretty decent field position. It seems the game has really been played on one end of the field, as evidenced by the score.
Yeah, for the most part. Digger's just going to have to come out. Platte Valley's had that luck with their option, and then also running that Tebow kind of option offense where Sitzman just kind of rides that fullback out. So the linebackers are going to have to really step up and make sure they're reading their keys. 1st
and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Sitzman in a shotgun. He is going to hand the football off to the right, and a loss of 1 back at the 38. Tremendous penetration. Evan France looked like was in on the carry. And Victor Lopez made the tackle. 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss by France.
Digger's getting that figured out over there a little bit, and that's going to really help. Start zeroing in on 1 or 2 plays and not be following all those fakes in the backfield.
2 receivers split each side, and the Beatdiggers move. And the man who just made the tackle, Victor Lopez, was across the line of scrimmage. That's twice the Beatdiggers have been called for offsides. And a 2nd and 11 now turns into a 2nd and 6. And Platte Valley doesn't need any help with the way that offense is running from their own 43. Sitzman out of his shotgun. 5-step drop. Throws to his right. The pass is caught. 1st down. And 42. Adam Bethel makes the catch for Platte Valley. And the gain is going to be 15 yards on that connection from Sitzman to Bethel. And this is a well-oiled machine right now that Platte Valley is 1st for the Beatdigger 42-yard line. They can pass, they can run, they can exploit the perimeter. Here's the option left by Sitzman. He'll keep the football, and he's trying to get a block. He does to the 40-yard line as he was sitting behind an offensive lineman, and he dives to the 39. Alec Peterson and Jake Morrow in on the play, but that's a gain of 3 for the quarterback Sitzman. 2nd down and 7 to go for Platte Valley.
Sitzman did a really good job at coming up. Peterson did a really good job coming up and tackling Sitzman. There was a blocker on him, but he was able to spin out of that block and get to the outside and make the tackle right away.
Second down and 7 for the Beatniker 39-yard line. Lining up on the left side. Sitzman hands it off right up the middle. Big hole for Bethel. First down to the 20-yard line. To the 22. Check that. It's a gain of 17 for Evan France. Check that. Evan France just blasted up the middle. They'll give him the 23. Platte Valley's doing whatever they want right now. With 23 seconds to go, the clock running. In the opening quarter, 2 receivers out to the left and right. After that 17-yard gain by France, in a shotgun is Sitzman. And he will keep the football running left to the 20, along the sideline. Touchdown. Touchdown, 23 yards away officially. With 8 seconds in the opening quarter, Logan Sitzman goes the distance. And the Broncos are destroying the Beatnickers in the opening quarter. It's 20-0, and I'm sure people across the state are pretty shocked at that result so far.
Yeah, they're just a good job of executing that offense. Rush just having a hard time with all the fakes. You got to give Sitzman credit. Nobody knew he had the football because he made such a good fake there on the inside with his fullback.
How do the Beatnickers defend this team? This is a carryover from what happened in the last 2 minutes against Eaton. Collins Landwehr to attempt the extra point. The snap is there, the kick is up, and that one is good. We'll keep it right here with only 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 1 minute and 57-second drive. 5 plays and only 39 yards. Dave, they're controlling the line of scrimmage. They've had good field position. They've established balance with the running and the passing game. You don't know who has the football because I think their game of deception is just as effective as their personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a really good job with their fakes and, like you said, mixing the plays up. But I got to tell you, they're just blocking really well. You know, they're running the ball out there and they make them look easy, but it's because their kids are doing a really good job of making contact with our guys and then staying in contact with them and not just blocking them one time, but sticking with them and keeping their body in between the defender and their ball carrier.
We've not seen a 21-0 deficit since the opening round of the 2007 playoffs at home family when Brush was down by that margin, then took a 36-35 lead only to lose. I believe that was a 47 or 49-36 final. So let's see if they can actually come back, but you have to defend this team, and you got to come up with turnovers. That's what the Beatnickers have done the first 3 games. They forced a lot of turnovers. There's a kickoff by Collins Landwehr, and that is in the end zone again for the 4th consecutive time. And you know that Randy Baker's got to be frustrated, but there's nothing he can do as long as the kicker is that good.
Yeah, but you know, you want to return that as much as you can, but you know, like you said, if it's going to go in the end zone, whether he catches it or not, you can't return it. Landwehr might be the most valuable player on the field right now.
Well, he kicked the 5-yard extra point. 4 touchbacks. I mean, you only see that now at the NFL level because they've made it so much easier kicking off from the 35-yard line.
And the ball lands in almost the same, other than kicking it out of the end zone on that really long kick, it lands in almost the same spot every time.
1st and 10 for the Beatnickers at their own 20-yard line. Mullen with a gift to the deep back, running across the 20 to the 24 is Kyle Rosenbrock. A gain of close to 5 on the play. Dylan Jones makes the tackle. That's the end of the quarter. With the score, Platte Valley 21, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave, you're right back from Platte Valley High School, where Logan Sitzman has 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass in Platte Valley as we begin the second quarter. Leads Brush by a score of 21-0. Arribas and Morrow in the backfield. 2nd down and 6 to go for Brush. At their own 24-yard line, the Beatnickers had poor field position in the opening quarter, not much better now. And there's the give right up the gut for a gain of about 3. And that is Eddie Arribas, who bounced off a tackler before Raul Rios, at 265 pounds, made the play. 3rd and 3 to go for Brush. The Beatnickers had just 1 first down on 3 possessions in the first quarter.
Yeah, this was kind of a doable first down opportunity. We've only had 1 of those.
Brown is out, and Alec Peterson is in. 3rd down and 3 to go for the Beatnickers at their own 27-yard line. Down by 3 touchdowns. Baker's in motion to the right. Tormolin on the bootleg right. He drops the football, and it's loose. It's still loose, and it's still loose, and the ball bounces towards the goal line, and it's recovered by Platte Valley. They've got the football at about the 11. They just pinballed around all over the place towards the end zone, and the official spot was the 11. The fumble by Mitch Tormolen. And he had those issues last week as well, Dave.
Yeah, I think he wants to put the ball on his hip and try to hide it. He must just be bumping it. There's got to be something crazy going on there because we didn't see that last year.
1st and 10 for Platte Valley at the Brush 11-yard line. Out of a shotgun, Sitzman throws it out on the right flank. The pass is caught at the 11 to the 10-yard line, driving through the end zone. Touchdown for Jacob. 11 yards away as he snapped out of a tackle. 51 seconds into the second. Platte Valley 27. Brush nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was just a pass out here to the end, just a little hitch pass, and the kid did a nice job catching the ball, and then we just had some poor tackling on that. We didn't really fly up to make contact up there with him after he caught it. We kind of hung back and waited for him to run towards us, and once we did that, he just kept his feet driving and ran over the top of us.
11 yards to Jacob Smith, and here's the extra point to be attempted by Collins Landwehr. Low snap, the kick is up, and that one is through. 11:09 to go, second quarter. Do you believe it? Platte Valley 28, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. One play that took 6 seconds, an 11-yard pass from Logan Sitzman to Jacob Smith, his second touchdown pass of the game. The extra point was good, and Platte Valley's embarrassing Brush at this point. We have played 12 minutes and 51 seconds of football, and Platte Valley with a 28-0 lead, and Collins Landwehr, the kicker, has got 4 touchbacks already. He's kicking in a different direction, even though wind is not a factor. And we'll find out if the Beatniggers actually have a return. Oh, boy, this guy gets kicked. That one is in the back of the end zone. Let's see, Collins Landwehr, a senior. I should have checked that earlier. Yeah, he's a junior. Dave, they brought him on for about a 50 to 55-yard field goal. He could make it. That is a strong leg.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he does have a strong leg, and it's accurate, too, because he's consistent. He kicks it in about the same spot or the same area every time. You don't see a lot of them going to the right or the left or low or high. They're all about the same-looking kick every time.
Coach Dreiss thought that Eaton was the best team in the Patriot League, but he told me before the game that after watching Platte Valley on film, they could be the best team. But we'll find out when those two teams play each other. Handoff up the middle, and breaking a tackles Arribas across the 25 to the 26. One of the better gains for the Beatniggers. Raul Rios in on the play. Also in on the tackle is Jacob Smith. After the gain of 6, second down and 4 to go for Brush. As they are down by 28. A minute and 12 seconds into just the second quarter of this game.
Tigers running that 25 dive right there. He just did a good job of hitting the hole quick, and they passed that initial defensive line of Platte Valley. They were running right at Rios. They moved him out to defensive tackle over here on the right side.
Nicky in motion to the left, handoff for Rivas, running right. He's down. Maybe half a yard, but not much more, and Rios is a hoss. I mean, they can't run by him. No gain. Third down and a short 4 to go as that carry went to Arribas.
On that play, he just grabbed a hold of our tackle on this side and just grabbed him by the shoulder pads and kind of threw him down. And our guy was kind of lunging at him and made us off balance. We just couldn't hang with him.
Leather jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. Bijou T-Quest. And we got a timeout called by the Beatniggers. This timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance Office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. Mullen at State Farm Insurance. So the Beatniggers got to figure something out. Calling it officially a 3rd and 3 at their own 27-yard line. John Beltran with Dave Urich. Dave, this is officially our 10th season together. Overall, our 12th seasons, as we did a couple of seasons separately of doing brush football. And even going back to first 2 years in the Randy Dreitz era, we haven't seen anything like what's happening tonight.
No, and it's, last time we had anything close to this, there was a lot of special teams and trickery that, that had something to do with it. And right now, that's not what's happening. Platte Valley's just running the ball right at us. It's not like they're even killing us with long passes. They're kind of just running the ball right at us, and they're blocking us so well that they're opening up some huge holes and taking advantage of some poor tackling.
They're bigger, they're stronger, and they're faster right now. Third down and 3 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 27. Mitch Tormolin trying to figure something out to get the Beat Diggers a first down. They've got one so far. Tormolin with a hard count. That did not work. Now he takes a snap, hands off to Arribas, and he spins towards the 28, a gain of 1. That is it for Eddie Arribas, stacked up by the middle of that Platte Valley line. Raul Rios in on the play, and Jacob Smith also around the football as well. 4th down and 2 to go for Brush, and I don't know. The Beat Diggers, do they have something to lose here going forward now? It's still very early in the game with 9:27 to go in the opening half, trailing 28-0. Well, they set up in punt formation. Looks like they're going for it. Let's see if they retreat to punt. 4th and 2 from their own 28. Tormolin with a hard count. Hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right. First down across the 30, and he spins across the 35. Still on his feet, carrying defenders to the 39. It's a gain of 11. First down for Kyle Rosenbrock. That big gamble paid off for Brush.
You bet. Again, we had Platte Valley a little off balance because they were expecting punt. We went for it, but at this point in the game, you're down 28-0. You haven't been able to stop their offense. I think the last thing you want to do is punt the ball to let them put their offense back on the field.
Alec Peterson checks out of the game, and the Beat Diggers have got to start completing passes as well. They need some balance offensively. Baker, the receiver, to the right. Brown to the left. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Tormolin with a give right up the gut and driven back after a gain of 2 to the 41-yard line is Eddie Arribas. He took a beating there, Dave, but he did get 2 yards. 2nd and 8 to go for Brush.
He sure did. The only 2 guys from the Broncos that weren't on the tackle were their 2 safeties. Otherwise, the other 9 guys were all up there piling on and shoving him backward.
That's why Arribas is out of the game. He really was walloped there. 2nd down and 8 to go for Brush at their own 41-yard line. The backs are split. Tormolin will hand it off to Morrow, running right across the 45 towards the 50-yard line along the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds, but a big hole for Jake Morrow. He took advantage. The Beat Diggers have a first down, and the ball will be marked, let's see, at about the 47, with a gain of 12 for Jake Morrow.
It just wasn't going to be denied. That's the way he ran on that one. Once he got through that line of scrimmage, he just kept veering off to the sideline more and more and just kept carrying people as he went.
Receiver split each side. Beat Diggers in Platte Valley territory for the first time. 1st and 10 for the 47. Tormolin hands it off the ball, running right. And he's going to be thrown back. Hit at the line of scrimmage. The penetration by Dylan Jones, who was unblocked on that play. No gain for Morrow. 2nd and 10 for Brush.
Yep, that big defensive line. They got 4 guys there. At this point, their nose guard isn't lining up right across from our center. He's like kind of off to one side or the other. Those guys are just picking up some ground and causing a lot of traffic in our backfield.
Well, let's see the Beat Diggers go to the passing game at some point. 2nd down and 10 for the Platte Valley 47-yard line. The backs are split. Tormolin with a hard count. Movement by Platte Valley, no whistle. Handoff running left side and back up the middle for a decent gain. Towards the 40-yard line is Jake Morrow. Let's see the yardage. They gave him 7 yards. So Morrow with 2 good runs in the last 3 carries. 3rd and 3 to go for Brush. This will be the 9th play of the drive, and the Beat Diggers have passed on 0 plays so far.
Yeah, Morrow's got 20 yards on 4 carries, and right now he's leading our rushing game.
Back up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3 for the Platte Valley 40. And the ball is fumbled, but the Beat Diggers, I think, have it. It looked like it was fumbled forward and recovered by a lineman at about the 38-yard line. And let's see, recovering that fumble was Tyler Stratman. So it's advance of 1 yard as the ball, I don't know if Tormolin just lost control of it, but it'll be 4th down and 2 And that's a short two. Inside the Platte Valley 39. The Beatnickers obviously will go for it. Trailing nothing with 6:10 to go in the second quarter. On fourth down, Tormolen is going to bootleg it right. Throw down for a huge loss towards the 43, maybe. That's where they spotted. Adam had all types of penetration. Platte Valley's been not fooled at all by the bootleg. It's a loss of 4 yards for Mitch Tormolen, and Platte Valley takes over on downs.
Well, that was a tough one there. Like you said, they just weren't fooled. Their defensive end held his ground and got into the backfield, forced Tremolin into giving up some ground, and then they had a lot of speed over there coming up to help make the tackle.
The Broncos have it first and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Good field position once again. In a shotgun, Sitzman will hand it off in a pretty big hole that's closed rather quickly, but not before a decent gain. Across the 45 to the 47, Caleb Creech. Calling a game about 3. Second down and 7. The official spot was the 44 before that play commenced. On second down in a shotgun, Sitzman will hand it off to Creech, running off left tackle across the 50-yard line. He dives inside to the 49. For a couple of Beatnickers make the play, but it's a gain of 4. Eddie Arribas stuck his shoulder pads in on the play. Third down and 3 to go for Platte Valley, approaching the 5-minute and 15-second mark of the second. Platte Valley leads Brush 28-0 and will receive the second-half kickoff. Sitzman in a shotgun for the Beatnicker 49. Third and 3. Back to throw. The play-action pass is complete, I believe. Yep. A diving reception at the 45-yard line. The catch was made by Trey Johnson. Made the reception. Right at the 45, a gain of 4, but it's a Platte Valley first down, even with a short gain.
It was just a quick throw, too. He got that shotgun and put it up and just shot it in there, boy. It was on a rope.
On the other side of the 45, trips to the right. Sitzman, 3-step drop, looking left, throws it out there, and that's incomplete. Off target, intended for Caleb Creech to the 43. It'll be second down and 10, but the Beatnicker defense is not getting any rest now because they're right back up to the line of scrimmage. And Joe Carwin and the rest of that defensive line setting up very quickly for Brush. On second and 10 from the 45-yard line. Platte Valley 28, Brush nothing. 4:44 to go in the second. Sitzman out of his shotgun is going to hand it off right up the gut and driving towards the 41 and being held up there. Not tackled was Adam Bethel. Gain of 3. Third down and 7. 2 or 3 Beatnickers around that football. I mean, you cannot single tackle these Platte Valley offenders. Lots of strength and athleticism. Trips to the right again. Hurry up offense. Third and 7 for the Beatnicker 41. Sitzman is back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Somebody must have run a wrong pattern because nobody was there for Platte Valley. That was thrown into an open seam. 4th and 7.
No, he did. He threw it. He might even have thrown it a little prematurely because we didn't really have that much pressure on him back there. I think it was more of a timing issue.
Trips to the right again. 4th and 7 for the Beatnicker 41. Platte Valley with a 4-touchdown advantage will go for it. Sitzman again in the shotgun, has the football. 3-step drop, throws to his left, wide open. The pass is caught, and breaking a tackle inside the 30 to the 26. The first down. Daniel France, I believe. Daniel France was able to make the catch at the 26 to gain of 15. And the drive, the 8th play of the drive. Boy, when they need the plays, they make the plays. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Colt McDaniel in motion to the left. He has the football in the end around, running to the 25, along the sideline, knocked down at about the 22, maybe the 21, before the Beatnickers caught up with him along the far sideline. But it's still a gain that Platte Valley will take because that's a pickup of 5 yards for Colt McDaniel.
Colt McDaniel's dad was my college roommate at Western State. He was a star basketball player up there.
Second down and 5 for the Beat Digger. 21 out of a shotgun to Sitzman again. And this time he will hand it up. Middle to the 15 to 10. The 5 down towards the fumbles the ball, but they're going to say it was across the goal line. Caleb Creech does score. The ball was dislodged, but after he had crossed the goal line, a 21-yard touchdown run by Caleb Creech. And Platte Valley now leads 34-0 with the extra points.
56 yards for Creech on 6 carries. He's just running right at us. Just important there, but you have to credit Platte Valley with a lot of great blocking.
Awaiting the snap is Sitzman. He's the holder on the extra point. And that is a perfect snap. The kick is up, and that is right down the middle. 3:23 to go in the first half. Platte Valley, 35, Rush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 9 plays, 56 yards in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the first touchdown that Logan Sitzman was not involved in. He handed it off to Caleb Creech, who went 21 yards right up the gut. And Platte Valley now with a 35-0 lead. And Dave, I don't know if Terry Clough would have that stat. The last time the Beat Diggers had the mercy rule go against them, they've been the beneficiary of it, but never on the other side, at least not in distant memory. So Bailey Collins, Landwehr to kick it off. Runs up to the football high, and that's deep. And that is a touchback, but there's a flag down, and Platte Valley was offsides. So they'll kick it off in the 35, but that's probably not going to make much of a difference with the way this guy can kick.
Yeah, that's for sure. The only hope we have is maybe his legs getting tired. That's a lot of times they kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Oh, he does have, 5 touchbacks so far, the opening kickoff and after the first 4 touchdowns.
But, his longest kick was after the other penalty. So put that out of the back of the end zone even after they marked it off. So.
Yeah, the 35-yard extra point.
Right.
He put that one towards Highway 34.
Yeah.
Here we go. They'll kick it off in the 35. So maybe Randy Baker will have a return because the Beat Diggers desperately need something. Down by 5 touchdowns here in the opening half. Yeah, this guy's got a leg that definitely can kick at the next level. I mean, there's no question about it.
Tell you what, they got a lot of speed too. The team, they are down the field after he kicks it. They're attacking that. That's why they're offside there, because they attack that line so much.
Runs up to the football high and deep, and that one is going to be fielded at the 5. Baker to the 10, across the 50 to the 20, across the 25, right side of the seam. Running goes right at the 30, on the outside of the 40. Baker up the middle to the 50. Baker on his feet to the 40. He's out racing defenders, and he's still on his feet as he carries the Baker to the 29. A return of 66 yards. Baker before he's wrestled to the turf. And the Beat Diggers have their best offensive play in the game, and it came on special teams.
No, it didn't. It was deceiving because it didn't look like he was running that fast. He was just picking his way down the field. He changed directions a bunch of times, and he got some good blocking from his teammates there.
Well, now the Beat Diggers need a touch desperately. It's one. Let's do something here on Mullen. Raises it. First and 10 for the Beat Diggers at the Platte Valley 29-yard line. Trailing 35-0. Peterson is the lone receiver to the right. Beat Diggers have 2 timeouts remaining. Toward Mullen, play action, rolling right, pressure coming, a screen out to the left. Offline goes to the 30, along the sideline to the 20 by himself. 10-5, touchdown, Kyle Rosenbrock, 29 yards away. A gorgeous play. Platte Valley 35, Brush 6.
You betcha. So we're 2 for 4 now on our passing attempts. But that screen was going to work because they'd been bringing the house all night. They're coming after Tremont like crazy, and they showed like they were going to go right on that bootleg pass, and they threw screen back over here to the left. He was wide open. There wasn't anything around but one guy to beat.
You got to credit the coaches, Dave, but in a way it was almost a very easy play call because of what you just mentioned. The over pursuit by Platte Valley, which has paid off for the majority of this first half. The extra point to be attempted by Jesus Cardenas. Off the hold of Mitch Tormolin. Perfect snap. That kick is up. and that is good. 2:59 to go. Opening half. Platte Valley 35, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, the Big Diggers put together a 15-second drive, a 29-yard screen pass to Kyle Rosen. And Dave, there was 10 yards of Rosenbrock on that 29-yarder as the Beat Diggers get on the board.
Yeah, we ran that bootleg over to the right side, and that made all that, all the hot pursuit from Platte Valley since they had so much fun, tackling us at the line of scrimmage. They just pursued like crazy over to the right side towards the Digger bench, rolling through the ball all the way back over here to the left side. Rosenbrock was standing about halfway between the hash mark and the sideline and caught the pass, and there was just really nobody there to tackle him.
Let's see what the Beat Diggers can do on special teams. Successfully what they did, and this is a pooch kick, and that ball is going to be loose at about the 30-yard line. It's anybody's ball, but Platte Valley fell on it at the 33. Pooch beautifully by Zeus, but the Broncos fall on it. A very alert play by Dylan Jones has been a huge factor here in the opening half as he fell on the football at the 33-yard line.
Huge is an understatement. He's 6'5". He's huge. But back, he was one of the front five guys, and as he was running back to be one of the blocker in that wedge block, he ran back there, saw the football, and caught it in the air.
Platte Valley has not been stopped. The Beat Diggers need a turnover. They've committed one of their own. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Shotgun. Sitzman fakes. Still faking. Rolling to his right. Pressure coming backside. And he's trying to get out of pressure. He does. He runs to his left. And he now jitterbugs his way towards the line of scrimmage. And there's a late flag as he's down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, hopefully that was not a face mask, because he spun down there at the 33. And it looks like he's readjusting his face mask, talking about Sitzman. So let's see if this is against Brush, as he was tackled right at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like this is a Beat Digger penalty because he was spun around right at the line of scrimmage. Beat Digger nearly had a sack. The flag is being picked up, but I don't think it's being off. Yeah, personal foul, face mask against Brush. And the football will be advanced to the 48-yard line if my math is correct. That's where the ball is. So that's another first down for Platte Valley. Trips to the right. Plenty of time to go. 2:40 to go in the opening half. Platte Valley 35. Brush 7. Sitzman in a shotgun. Looks to his right. Throws it out on the right. The pass is across the 40-yard line. And a 17-yard play as Kyle Rosenbrock makes the tackle. But Adam Bethel was wide open for Platte Valley on that pass out on the right flat.
That takes him to 90 yards. It was like a hitch pass, but there was a little screen with it. So the receiver that was out here with them made a big block on Peterson. Peterson couldn't come up and make the tackle because he was getting blocked so well.
First down and 10 for the Broncos at the Beat Digger 35-yard line after the gain of 17 on the pass to Bethel. Sitzman in a shotgun. Creech in motion to the left. Sitzman's going to quarterback keep it right up the gut. But recovers it at about the 2. Oh, man, the bounce is going every way for Platte Valley. That could have been disaster. That ball could have gone into the end zone or out of the end zone. Instead, he got a paw on it, and he fell down, and I think that ball is going to be marked at the 1, a gain of 34. First and goal for Platte Valley.
But again, because all that blocking, that offensive line is so good, he didn't get touched until the very end of the play. It was just wide open. We're not used to seeing people run through run through that line of scrimmage and being untouched for so long.
First and goal from the 1, trips to the left, but more than likely there's going to be a handoff to Creech or a keeper by Sitzman. Looking up at the clock with 1:46 to go, I think he's going to let that play clock run down a little bit, looking over towards his head coach, Troy Hoffman. Yeah, they're letting that play clock and game clock run down, and that's some excellent strategy so the Beat Diggers don't have much time, and I think a timeout is going to be called. 1:27 to go. We'll keep it right here with Platte Valley leading Brush 35-7. And Dave, you got to do stuff like that. You don't want the Beat Diggers to get the ball back with plenty of time. I mean, they essentially have put this game away, especially if they score again right now before the end of the opening half.
Right. That's just some good clock management. And we do the same thing, when we have our chance at it. They did a good job of letting it click all the way down. And then the quarterback didn't call the timeout. It was actually the head coach over here yelling at the white cap.
Hometown Auto and Hardware is Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop. Stop by to Hometown Auto and Hardware and let them help you today. 1305 Edison Street. And at 1302 West Edison Street, Brush Grocery Cart. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. That's the Brush Grocery Cart. Platte Valley has had the football 5 times. They've scored on 5 possessions, all touchdowns. And they're 1 yard away from making it 6-6 against the Brush defense that is getting torched tonight. Trips to the left. First and goal for the 1 out of a shotgun. Yeah, they even go to the shotgun out of the 1 yard line. Creech is the lone setback. Sitzman on a high snap catches the football and scores. It went off his head, but he caught the deflection. Ran to his right, there was nobody there. Well, 2 very fortunate bounces for Platte Valley. The 1 yard touchdown run by Sitzman is his 3rd touchdown of the game to go along with 2 touchdown passes. Valley now leads 41-7.
Yeah, you know, when the big momentum's in your favor, it rolls big, and that's what happened there, you know. It was a really high snap, but boy, Sitzman showed a lot of athleticism as he jumped up, tipped it with his right hand, it went straight up there, he caught it. We didn't have a defensive end over there to make the tackle.
Awaiting the snap is Sitzman. It's a perfect one. That kick is up. The low line drive. That's good. First half. Platte Valley 42, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bay Diggers trail 42-7. And that was a 3-play, 67-yard drive in a minute 22. Hey, we can turn around. We don't need to watch the kickoff. It's going to go into the end zone unless there's a penalty on Platte Valley. I mean, it's happened every time but once. Beat Diggers do have 85 seconds to work with, and that kickoff sailing towards the end zone. No, it's going to bounce to the 6 and then bounce into the end zone. Baker misjudged it. Maybe some wind knocked it down. But that is touchback.
Might have been sort of like a knuckleball to the air because those flags are hanging straight down. I don't think we have a...
Yeah, that's touchback. Right, you're right. Touchback number 6 out of 7 kicks there for Collins Landwehr, and the Bee Diggers have the football at their own 20-yard line. Keep in mind that if this gets to a 40-point deficit for Brush, it goes to a running clock. But there's no running clock in the opening half, only in the second half. First and 10. Tormolin back to throw up the play action. Looking, still looking. He's at the left sideline, incomplete. Randy Baker was open at the 47. He had 2 steps on the defender, but it was overthrown. Second down and 10.
That's good to see the Diggers airing it out there and stretching this defense out. First down. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
That's kind of, lifeless out here, Dave.
Oh, it is. It is. You know,
we've seen a lot of victories over the years, a lot of big victories, but this is the epitome and the agony of defeat right now. Second down and 10. 3 receivers out to the right at their own 20. Tormolin back to throw, looking to set up a screen, and he's got drops the ball at the 18. Not sure if he had a lot of daylight because Platte Valley read that a lot better than when Rosenbrock scored on the 29-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he makes that to get a few yards, but it hit him right in the numbers, and he used his hands, but it just went right through his hands and almost hit him in the face now.
Well, he sensed the pressure. That's what I'm saying. Platte Valley was not right there, but they weren't far away from making that play. There were 3 defenders.
Yeah, he did the footsteps. I'll tell you what, Platte Valley was hustling. One of their big linemen hustled back that was chasing Chamol, and he flew back in there and jumped on the ball like it was a fumble. So they're definitely playing excited football.
Third down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 2 receivers foot each side. Tormolin back to throw. He's getting pressure. Tries to work out of it, and he's going to be sacked. And the ball is fumbled and picked up with that touchdown. Are they going to call him down at the 11? Raul Rios threw Tormolin to the ground. Yeah, I don't think it's a fumble. I think he was down by contact. But that's going to be a loss of 10 on the sack, and it's 4th and 20 to go for Brush.
So Chamol's got negative 10 running tonight. One of the only times we've seen that running that bootleg as successfully as we have over the time. But you got to credit, like we've been, this Platte Valley defense. They're big, and they're a good defensive line, and we're just not making the adjustments and being able to block them like we need to.
Platte Valley could call timeout and set up great field position, but they're not doing it right now. They do have a 35-point lead. Rosenbrock punting that out of his end zone. It's blocked. Ball is loose, and the Platte Valley have it. If they do, it's a touchdown. And let's see if it's a touchdown it is. The Beavers have recovered for a safety, but it's a touchdown on the blocked punt. Daniel France recovers the ball in the end zone, and Platte Valley leads by 41 with 18 seconds to go in the opening half.
You know, again, Platte Valley just doing a really good job with that pressure and controlling that line of scrimmage. Daniel France is 6'1", only 165 pounds, but very athletic and real quick.
Not sure if he blocked it, but he got to that football as another Bronco and a beat digger were fighting for the ball as well. The extra point to be attempted by Collins Landwehr, and they've actually gone to the running clock, so the running clock is applicable in the opening half. And that's it. The extra point is good. The halftime break. Wilson 4. Boy, I can't even believe I'm saying this. With a roaring crowd of mercy, Platte Valley 9, Rush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Beatniggers have the football, or check that. They kick it off to Platte Valley. They've got the football at their own 25-yard line as we begin the third quarter. Under a running clock, Platte Valley leads 49-7. Shotgun for Logan Sitzman. 3 receivers to the right. Pass out in the flat is caught by Adam Bethel. Tries to make a move on the defender. Across the 25 towards the 28-yard line. Alec Peterson makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of 3. Second down and 7 to go. As Bethel made that reception, keep in mind that once you get to a moving clock in high school football, you've got to stay right there. Even if the Beatniggers cut this inside of 40 points, it's a running clock for the rest of the game. Second down and 7 for the 28. Sitzman on the option left will pitch it left. And maybe a loss back there, and I think that might have been Creech on the carry. And it was. Excellent play by Tyler Stratton. For no gain, third down and 7 to go from their own 28-yard line. Already a minute and a half in to the third quarter. And this second half will be done in less than half an hour, unless there's an injury on the field. On third down, and Sitzman keeps it himself along the left sideline to the 40-yard line, back inside to the 45, spins across the 50, breaking tackles, and he's out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Big play for Logan Sitzman, and it's a gain of 29 yards for the Platte Valley quarterback, and the drive continues.
Yep, just a lot of broken tackles there. Again, giving that Platte Valley offensive line a lot of credit, some great blocking there. And a lot of credit to the backfield for making such good fakes, but we just have to do a better job of tackling right on the sideline.
Committed to serving those in production. Ag, Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. After the gain of 29, first and 10 for Platte Valley, and the shotgun handoff to Creech, running off left tackle Kyle Rosenbrock and Jake Morrow in on the tackle. And it's a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards. Let's see, right back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards they'll give them for Creech to the 41-yard line. Yeah, they're to the no huddle, but I wonder if they're going to take their time a little bit more. It doesn't look like they will. 2 receivers out to the left and 2 to the right. Second and 8 for the Beatnigger 41. Sitzman keeps it himself at the 40-yard line, and he's hit right there by Rosenbrock. And as Jake Morrow again for Brush. Gain of 1 for Sitzman. Third down and 7 for the Beatnigger 40.
And the Diggers came up there, and that time they had a couple of guys up there ready to help make that tackle. And once they made contact, they kept driving their feet and shoved him backwards.
Third down and 7 for the Beatnigger 40-yard line. Platte Valley leads 49-7. 8.5 to go in the third. Sitzman out of his shotgun is going to hand the football right up the middle of the crease. He's across the 35. He's right at the first down marker at the 33-yard line. Tyler Stratman in on the play. It's a gain of 7. The question is, did he get enough for a first down? Very close. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down.
I zeroed in on that line of scrimmage just to watch the contact there. We had one defensive lineman that got in, but everybody else was 2 or 3 yards back.
First and 10 from the Beetdigger 33-yard line. Creates the lone setback. Again, Sitzman out of a shotgun. Has the football. Fakes. Throws it over the middle. Passes. Sitting out of a tackle is Bethel. Inside the 25 to the 21. It's a gain of 12. And a Platte Valley first down of the connection from Sitzman to Bethel.
So 47 yards receiving now for Bethel on 4 attempts. And that takes Sitzman up to 105 yards passing.
First and 10 at the Beetdigger 21-yard line. 7:20 to go, third quarter. Platte Valley by 42. High snap. Handoff right up the gut and a yard. That's about it to the 20. Let's see, that looked like handoff to, was that Creech again? Yeah, Stratman made the tackle. Second down. And 9 to go for Platte Valley. We're almost at the halfway point of the quarter. That's how fast the running clock goes. On 2nd and 9 for the 20. Sitzman runs to his left, across the 20, to the 15, along the left sideline to the 10. He broke a couple of tackles because it looked like he was held up at about the 12. Platte Valley scores again. Their 8th touchdown of the game. Platte Valley 55, Brush 7. That one from 20 yards away for Logan Sitzman.
That takes Sitzman up to 173 yards running today. And again, nothing fancy, just a quarterback keeper sort of off tackle over to the left side. And, he's got a lot of speed, but he's just breaking tackles.
The extra point by Collins Landwehr is up and through. Under a running clock, 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Platte Valley 56, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 9 plays in 5.5 minutes, 75-yard drive for Platte Valley. 20-yard run by Logan Sitzman. He's got 4 touchdown runs and 2 touchdown passes. Platte Valley now with a 56-7 lead. And again, under a running clock, the touchdown was scored about a minute and a half ago in terms of the game clock as well. And Collins Landwehr up to the football, a high kick, and Baker backs up at the 1, straight ahead to the 5, running to his right to the 10, the 15, across the, utilizing the left sideline to the 25, reverses his field, tries to break out of a tackle, and then he's thrown back by Trey Johnson at the 22-yard line. That's where the Beetdiggers will have the football to begin their first drive of the third quarter with only 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, he changed his directions a bunch again that time and gave up a little bit of ground trying to make something out of nothing. Got over there and just ran out of blockers as the Platte Valley kickoff team was pursuing him.
The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account to receive service on a higher plane. Visit High Plains Bank. First and 10 for the Beetdiggers at their own 22-yard line. The quarterback is Mitch Tormolin. Hands it off to Rosenbrock on the right side across the 25. Lowers his shoulder, and has got a nice gain towards the 30. Will give Rosenbrock 8 yards before the play was made. Second down and 2 for Brush. With 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Run just one play here in the quarter.
Yep, 28 yards now for Rosenbrock on 7 carries. Not near the output we're used to seeing out of our running backs.
Rivas is out. Morrow is in. Second down and 2 for Brush at their own 30-yard line. Rosenbrock hands it off to Morrow, running right across the 30 to the 35. He's into the secondary. First down to the 41. Before he's tackled by Colt McDaniel, but that's a gain of 11 for Jake Morrow.
So the Diggers going with a little bit more of a power backfield there. A lot more size moving Rosenbrock over there to the halfback position.
The Beetdiggers with a football at their own 31. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. from their own 41-yard line. Baxter split. Tormolen will hand it off right up the gut to Rosenbrock. He pulls his way across the 45 towards the 49. Hard running by the Beatniker sophomore. Another gain of 8 before he's tackled by France over there, Evan France. Second down and 2.
So it takes us to 36 yards now on 8 carries for Rosenbrock, and that was just a 24 dive over the right side. It seems like they got a pretty good combination going now.
Second and 2, just shy of the 49-yard line. 2:12 to go, third quarter. Platte Valley 56, Brush 7. Tormolen is going to hand it off on the counter to Rosenbrock, running right across the 50, still on his feet, breaks out of a tackle, spins across the 45. That's a first down to the 42. And a gain, let's see if they get the 42, the 43. It's a gain of 8 for Kyle Rosenbrock, who's starting to pick up some yards.
Yep, just running that counter that Brush had run so well over the time. And I think now being able to have that threat with Morrow there in the middle on that trap series is going to open up Rosenbrock a little bit more on the outside.
Maybe 3 plays left in this quarter, maybe. First and 10 for the Platte Valley 43. Tormolen hands it off to Morrow, running right to the 40-yard line, utilizing the sideline across the 35. Knocked out of bounds towards that first down marker, but let's see if that's coming back. It looks like it will. The Beatnickers have held in the backfield, eliminating the 9-yard gain by Jake Morrow.
Yep, he took that ball around to the outside on that play, and boy, it just worked out really great for Morrow, but the problem was we got out there outside that our tight end, and it just wasn't going to work because we didn't have the guy hooked well enough.
Let's see if it's 10 yards from the line of scrimmage or it was committed even further back. That will amount to an 11-yard penalty for Brush. First down and 21 with a football at their own 46-yard line with 43 seconds to go in the third. Tormolen repositioning Kyle Rosenbrock. He's split in the backfield with Morrow. Back to throw, looking, heaving it left side. That pass will be well short of the target intended for Brown at about the 30-yard line. All types of pressure as Tormolen was about to go down. Second down and 10 yards to go, and Tormolen getting up a little bit gimpy as he walks towards the sideline. And head coach Randy Dreitz. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter with the score. Platte Valley 56, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. This Platte Valley team defeated Sterling last week 41-7, now beating Brush going into the fourth quarter 56-7. So you go back to last week's last 2 minutes, and the Beatnickers have been outscored 76-7. Eaton scored the final 20 points of that game. And Brush has fallen apart since then. The Beatnickers will have the football. It'll be second down and 21 with a football at their own 45. Well, now they position it more towards the 45, so second and 22. All the starters still out there, but you have to imagine some JV players might be coming in soon, but won't get much playing time under a running clock. There's the pitch left to Arribas, taking it wide to the left, and he's hit at the 45-yard line and driven back. And Trey Johnson in on the play. At the very best, it's a no gain for Eddie Arribas. In fact, he's going to lose yardage to the 43. It's a loss of 2 for Arribas. It'll be third down and 24 to go for Brush. And Dave, quite frankly, best thing to do is just get out of here, get this game over with, and forget about it.
Yeah, we got 11 minutes and 26 seconds left.
That's going to seem like about half an hour. Third down and 24. Beatnickers only have one receiver out there to the left. Tormolen bootleg left. He's got yardage across the 45 to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5. That's fourth down at 19. And the punt team should be coming on with 10:53 to go under a running clock in Kersey. The Beatnickers trail 56-7. For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, and Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there today to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Rosenbrock to punt. I know Platte Valley will not be coming after this. I don't know why they would. They're up by a lot, but here comes Colt McDaniel and others, but not close. End over end, and the ball is going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. No fair catch over there called by Bethel. A seed to the end. Up the middle to the 40. He's free to the 50. Inside the 50 to the 40. Red Mickey trying to chase him down and pushes Bethel out of bounds inside the 25 to about the 23. I thought maybe a fair catch might be called. Instead, it's a return of close to 50 yards for Adam Bethel. And David just keeps getting worse.
It does. We had good coverage down there, but our guys just ran past him, expecting him to not run it back, or maybe expecting him not to catch it. Instead of hanging out there and breaking down and waiting to make the tackle, our lead guys that were heading down there they ended up about 5 yards past him before they turned around and started to chase him down.
Platte Valley's got it at the Baydigger 23-yard line.
They have the junior varsity quarterback in there now.
First and 10 for Platte Valley, and that is Daniel France. He's already got a touchdown tonight. Recovered that block punt. They got some talent, Dave.
They do.
No question about it. From the Baydigger 23, out of a shotgun is France. Hand off to Creech, right up the gut. He's hit after a yard. Tackle was made by Maverick Seawald. Gain of 1, second down, and 9 to go for Platte Valley. 8:48 to go in the game. Platte Valley 56, Brush 7. We got 2 receivers out to the left. Creech again the lone setback, and 2 to the right. Yeah, the starters are out there for the most part, with the exception, like you mentioned, of Logan Sitzman, who's had a huge night with 4 touchdown runs and 2 TD passes. France will keep it himself, running to his right. He's going to be taken down at about the 20-yard line. As some Baydiggers were in pursuit, including Kyle Rosenbrock and Tyler Stratman. Gain of a couple for France. Third down and 7. And we are now under 8 minutes to go in the game. 3 receivers out to the left. 1 to the right. Third and 7 for the Baydigger 20. France awaits the snap with a new setback. He'll keep the football himself to the 15-yard line inside the 15. He runs into a Baydigger, but has got a first down. Jake Morrow was in on the hit before the play was made at the 10. It's a gain of 10 for Daniel France. First and goal for Platte Valley.
It's so France 12 yards on 2 carries, but again, there's some nice holes to run through out there for him, but we're tackling a little bit high, and they're kind of just running over the top of us and breaking tackles all night.
First and goal for the 10. France again in a shotgun. And that's Evan France, the lone setback, and the quarterback is left to the 5, towards the pylon. He spins, he scores. Daniel France from 10 yards out. Scored for Platte Valley. It is now Platte Valley 62, Brush 7.
Boy, that's a lot of points. We talk about it, being a short second half, but this turned out to be a pretty long game just because it takes so long for them to reset up for all the kickoffs and kick returns.
But the clock doesn't stop. It still goes.
We still had 8 of them in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. It was a long first half, and the extra point by Collins Landwehr is good. And it is now 63-7. We'll take a break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I guess we'll keep it right here for the Baydiggers, trailing 63-7 to the Platte Valley Broncos. With 5:50 to go under a running clock. Platte Valley taking their time before kicking it off. And now they race out into the field. That'll give us time to tell you. On a blowout night from Kersey. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center brings quality care to our community. Collins Landwehr to kick it off. Randy Baker back to receive, but it's high and much shorter. And the ball bounces at the 9, and it's fielded at the 3. Baker to his left across the 15 to the 20, breaks out of a tackle, down the sideline to the 50, and he cuts back inside, fumbles the football. It's loose at the 46-yard line, or checked at about the 43 or 44, but the Beat Diggers do recover the fumble and keep the football.
It was a nice run back there on that sideline over there in front of the Digger bench. I'm not sure if anybody hit him when he fumbled it. I'm not sure if the ball didn't just, when he was running with that arm motion, he might have just hit his hip.
41-yard return by Baker. Beat Diggers have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line under a running clock. We might only have about 6 or 7 plays left in this game as the Beat Diggers have a late substitution. And now they start the play clock. In fact, 2 players come in at the last second. At their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers. The backs are split. There's the handoff on the left side and a big hole across the 50 to the 45 for Rosenbrock. Down to the 44. It's a gain of 12 and a first down for Brush.
Yeah, nice run over there by Kyle again. Takes him to 56 yards on 10 carries.
With 3:20 to go in the game. Beat Diggers just running their normal offense here.
Platte Valley's got some substitutions out there on defense now, and they got some of their normal guys are in there. It's starting to trade a few people out.
1st and 10 from the Platte Valley 44. There's the give on the left side to Morrow. Big hole across the 40, up the left sideline to the 35. And then he is pushed out of bounds at the 33. It's a gain of 11 for Jake Morrow and a Brush Beat Digger first down.
Another nice run as the Diggers keep attacking that left side, keeping the ball over there on the hash mark right in front of them where they can see what's going on.
At the 33. With 2:36 to go in the game. And Brush down by 56. You could go the last 3 or 4 seasons. They weren't down by 56, combining about 40 games. First down, hand off to Morrow, off of left tackle. And he slides his way across the 30 towards the 29. Or he was tackled on the right side by Donnie Blackman. The gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 to go for Brush.
45 yards now for Morrow on 7 carries.
He's put together a nice effort. With the ball just inside the Platte Valley 29, we're down to 1:46 to go. On 2nd down and 6, they give to Rosenbrock, running left to the 25, along the sideline to the 20. And there's a flag down. It'll be taken down at about the 17, but let's see if this is coming back. Would be a gain officially of 11 at the 18-yard line. And it's a hold against Brush. Beat Diggers might have one more play left unless they call a timeout. So that nullifies the 11-yard gain by Rosenbrock. And as they walk off this penalty, they continue to roll. It'll be at the 37-yard line. And the Beat Diggers face a 2nd down and about 14. And this should be the final play of the game. We're down to 44 seconds. The only thing that would extend the game is a timeout. On 2nd down and 14 for the 37 of Platte Valley. So Mullen ends it off on the counter to Arriba. Tries to break up a tackle and does, but only for a gain of about 2 towards the 35. And that is it. I don't think the Beatniggers will run another play. The final score tonight from Platte Valley High School. Platte Valley 63, Brush 7 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick back at Platte Valley High School in Kersey. Welcome to the Beatnigger Post-Game Show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. Platte Valley defeats Brush tonight by a score of 63-7, so we have plenty of scoring, obviously, to talk about. The Beatniggers received the opening kickoff and went 3 and out, and then Platte Valley went to work. 7 plays, 84 yards in a minute, 59 seconds. Logan Sitzman scored from 46 yards out. The Platte Valley quarterback made it 6-0 with the extra point by Bailey Collins-Landwehr, 7-0. When Platte Valley got the football back on their second possession of the opening quarter, it was a 5-play, 39-yard drive in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. 22-yard pass from Sitzman to Trey Johnson, making it 14-0. And then it was 21-0 later on in the first quarter, 23-yard run by Sitzman. And that was a 5-play, 39-yard drive in a minute 57. Platte Valley was not done after recovering a Mitch Tormolen fumble early in the second quarter. 11-yard pass from Sitzman to Jacob Smith. 28-0 was the score. The Beatniggers then put together a decent drive, 10 plays on the drive, but then were stopped on 4th down as Mitch Tormolen was taken down 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 4th. Whoa. No, on 4th and short, excuse me. I thought we got disconnected there for a second. And Platte Valley made it 35-0 play. 56-yard drive in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Caleb Creech scored from 35 yards out. And again, making it 35-0 was Platte Valley. Will continue with the scoring here as Kyle Rosenbrock was able to score on a 29-yard screen pass from Mitch Tormolen. That was after a 66-yard kickoff return by Randy Baker, as it was 35-7 at that point. But then Platte Valley would score twice more before the first half expired. A 3-play, 67-yard drive in a minute, 22 seconds. Logan Sitzman from 1 yard out. And then Kyle Rosenbrock had a punt blocked in the end zone, recovered by Daniel France, 49-7. So once you're up by 40 points or more, it goes to a running clock. So then we get to the second half, a very fast second half. Platte Valley got the ball first. A drive that took nearly 6 minutes. Logan Sitzman scored on the 9th play, a 20-yard run. It was 56-7 on the 75-yard drive. And then Platte Valley would score once more, 23-yard drive for Platte Valley. Daniel France, the backup quarterback, scored from 10 yards away, 63-7 the final score, as Platte Valley improves to 3-1 overall. They're 2-0 in Patriot League play. The Beatniggers at 0-2 in league play, and now 2-2 overall, as Platte Valley just put away Brush. We'll be joined momentarily by Dave Urick, and we'll get some individual stats. In fact, I'll run through those stats right now. Big day and a big night here for Sitzman, as, well, he was just all over the field, you know, with the way he ran the football and with his passing as well. He did complete, let's see, according to what we have here, he was 9 of 12 passing for 105 yards, and he had 12 carries for 173 yards. Again, 4 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns there by Logan Sitzman. Trey Johnson, 3 catches, 32 yards. Adam Bethel had 4 for 47. Jacob Smith, 1 for 11. That was a score. Daniel France, 1 for 15. And then you had Caleb Creech on the ground. He had 10 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown. Evan France, 2 carries for 16. Colt McDaniel, 1 for 5. And Adam Bethel, 1 carry for 1 yard, as Platte Valley just dominated offensively. Just doing the quick math there, that just Sitzman alone, 278 yards between the ground and the air. And then the backup quarterback, France, had those 3 carries for 22 yards. So that's basically 300 yards of offense there. And you total up, and I'm just doing this as we go, 388 yards of total offense unofficially for Platte Valley. The Beatniggers obviously could not get much going, I should say. 101 yards on the ground, only 36 through the air, as Mitch Tormolen was 2 out of 7 for those 36 yards. And Kyle Rosenbrock had both receptions, so the Beatnickers 137 yards of total offense. Jake Morrow, 7 carries for 45 yards. Eddie Arribas, 7 for 13. Kyle Rosenbrock, 10 carries for 56 yards. The Beatnickers, again, outgained 388 to, Dave's got 145 here. That would be the total here, unofficially, on the ground and through the air. All right, time for the Beatnicker Player of the Game. Beatnicker Player of the Game is brought to you by Tio Charlie's at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. They will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want, Tio Charlie's will find it for you. You can log on to tiocharliesftm.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. You can drive away with confidence at Tio Charlie's. And the Beatnicker Player of the Game tonight is Jake Morrow. The senior certainly was very effective on the ground, and even though we don't keep stats on tackles, we know we called his name quite a bit tonight. So even in a 63-7 loss, obviously the performance was not there, and many things went wrong for the Beatnickers, but Jake Morrow is our Beatnicker Player of the Game, presented by Tio Charlie's. All right, the Beatnickers will be back in action coming up on Saturday afternoon. A week from tomorrow, they'll be in Greeley, and they will take on the University Bulldogs. We'll have it for you right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. We'll have a play-by-play recap of this game. You can follow even all the past games. Just go to KSIRSports.com, and then you can click on the appropriate game. It'll get you right there to the link, whether it's tonight's game, which obviously went very poorly, or the previous 3 games. Play-by-play, you can follow it on KSIRSports.com. We always upload the audio of each and every game to the KSIR B106 channel on YouTube as well, and video as well on that same channel. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beatnicker Football has been Rose Condas. For Dave Urick, I'm John Beltran. The final score, once again tonight for Valley, 63, Brush 7. A shocker right here in terms of that margin on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.